All right. They're both playing Sweden. All right. So for the first game, they have to play either Sweden or Inca, just so that they can get some of the new civs in there, just for the viewers and also for DE team and whatnot. So it should be really exciting. Sweden versus Sweden. Let me go to get Fog of War off. The map is Punjab, also known as Arkansas. You start off with the Grove Rickshaw. Of course, you start off with your starting food in wood crates. I believe it is 300 food and 200 wood for Sweden. Make sure the map is just really fair to start off with. And I'm going to update the overlay just a minute. The hunts look pretty decent. This one will be herded, so I'm not worried about that. Otherwise, it's a little bit skewed towards Conqueror, but it's close enough. I'm also going to update the stream here so that there's not things getting on top of each other. Kind of the first casted games on ESOC, or on DE, sorry. And yeah, we'll take a look at the treasure, see what players are picking up. There's 80 wood available that SoldieR may go for. And we see that there is 50 coin being picked up by Conqueror. So 50 coins, all right, and could be, it's not going to usually help you age 1, but it could help you age 2 if you're putting pressure, especially as Sweden. I think all of their units cost coin, except for light cannon, or the leather cannon, sorry. And they could go natives, of course, but that's not to be expected. Sweden do not have the best natives. The Grove Rickshaws just are scouting around. We'll look at the players, see what they've scouted so far. We see soldiers are scouted the bottom side a little bit, and we see that Conqueror still scouting around with his Grove Rickshaw. He's definitely scouted more, but that's partly because he scouted the river. The river on this map, you scout a little bit of it, and it just opens up more areas for you to see. If you get close enough, it'll show more. It's just how it is. It's kind of like treasures. We'll go back to turning the Fog of War off, see what the players are going after. They're going both close together, and they're going after this 80 wood treasure. We do see that Conqueror already took that treasure earlier of 50 coin, and he is going to be a little bit behind on HP. See, there is a 3 villager shipment for both. Should be a torp and a market start for SoldieR, while just 2 torps for Conqueror. A little bit of a distinction there. Let's see if there's a really good torp location, like both of these. So this torp is not gathering from the Grove Rickshaw. If it was, that'd be really, really nice. But this one is gathering from a berry bush, a hunt, a mine, and a tree. So that's really, really nice. While over here, we have a tree, berry bush, and a mine. The market is good, of course, but yeah, a little bit contesting over this treasure. 80 wood, and who picks it up? It is Conqueror picking that up. So really, really nicely done by him. And we see SoldieR getting the snare on the Explorer from Conqueror. But Conqueror does make it out, so he should be just fine. And yeah, SoldieR was probably trying to go into melee mode, and it didn't get quite off in time. Looking at everything else, we see that both players are aging. We see that... Wait, that's Mother Nature, sorry. We see SoldieR and Conqueror aging. Conqueror aging a little bit faster. SoldieR a tad bit slower. Perhaps the double torp start is better than market start. But, yeah. We do see Gangsaw coming in now for SoldieR. And on the other hand, we see a 3rd torp coming in from Conqueror. So definitely distinction between the players' build orders for now. And we'll see what they do with the rest of it. We see that SoldieR is going to find this 80 wood treasure. That'd be a really, really nice pickup for him. That 80 wood treasure earlier that both players could have gotten, they were both there, they both fought over it, was a huge swing, especially for Sweden. That's a 160 wood swing, and that's really, really big. This is the finals, yes. Yeah, it is, it's crazy. We do see that SoldieR decided not try to kill off this line. He probably could have taken it, but he decided he did not want to lose the resource, lose the HP on your explorer. That it is valuable to have enough HP on your explorer that you have more than your opponent. Those of you that are from AoE2 know that whoever has the higher HP scout really just does a whole lot in giving them advantage early on. But yeah, we do see Conquer is scouting around SoldieR's base. He's wanting to know what he's up to. We see that it was an outpost and 200 wood coin age up for SoldieR, while I believe Conquer went with a military wagon and an arsenal wagon. So he got an arsenal out of there. He has the barracks out, and the outpost going up forward. We have a idle villager from SoldieR. We'll go back to Conqueror's view real quick, see how he's doing. He is not anywhere close to aging up. We'll try to keep track of the shipments as they come in. 700 wood is the first shipment from SoldieR. Conqueror is sending 700 wood now. Okay, so I think maybe he got his shipments a little bit slower, or didn't click it up, because I believe he aged first too. But yeah, some Corellians from both players, as is kind of expected. You could go Corellians Pike or Hussar to start, and to be honest, the Corellians just do better versus all three of those units. So Corellians versus Corellians is expected. There is some other options. You could theoretically go like SoldieR and age 2, but 60 food 40 wood coin is a lot cheaper than 300 coin SoldieR. So yeah, not that great. Although SoldieRs do have some pretty good stats. We do see the Explorer was taken down. SoldieR did a good job picking that off. He's going to pick up a Wounded Tiger now also. And yeah. So Arsenal and military building while on Outpost 200 coin for SoldieR. Definitely very distinct playstyle from these players. We'll take a look at the villager population. It is Conquer up just a little bit. And we'll see when Conquer hits 21 vills. It should be pretty shortly. They both have pretty good... wait, not Mother Nature, sorry. We do have both players macroing pretty well. It looks like the larger military mass from Conquer, and he's going to push SoldieR out of here. They're both going into melee mode. That's really, really nice. For those of you that are unaware, melee mode increases the speed of Corellians by one. So from 4.25 to 5.25, and they're just trying to go around, and SoldieR's doing trying to run away, but Conquer's doing an excellent job of firing. And then going back into melee mode, running faster, firing, just trying to pick off as many as he can. He's doing really, really good. Looking back at Conquer, he has a decent mass now. There's some crossbowmen out from SoldieR, so mixing it up a little bit. It was probably a shipment. I believe that's only 8. So yeah, it was a shipment. They're not able to build crossbowmen. So yeah. Shipment of 8 crossbow coming in, but it looks like Conquer's going to defend this just fine. The Minutemen coming in clutch. Conquer's doing a lot better at this point. His eco is going to be better too. He has 8 torps out, while SoldieR has 7. Can't see what upgrades he has on his villagers, but I do know that there is some on them for sure. Looking over, let's see, Conquer's really, really far ahead at this point. About 2,000 score ahead. And it's looking really rough at SoldieR at this point. He does have map control, and so if Conquer does not take advantage of his military size, then SoldieR could come back into it at some point. But Conquer does have a lot of resources in base, so yeah, we'll see what happens. Going back to SoldieR here, it's looking like he's considering aging up. He could pump out more units. He's got a second barracks coming up, actually. So maybe he's going to go into double Corellian production. It's probably the safer approach. Look back at Conquer, see what he's doing. He's still spamming units. He is not looking to age up anytime soon. Sorry, he is aging up right now. Sorry. No, he just hits age 3 right now, so he's looking really, really good, actually. 2 falconets coming in right now. We'll go back to Sweden, to SoldieR, sorry. Go back to SoldieR, and he is trying to mass. Conqueror has 2 Falconets coming in. 2 Falconets is just going to really clean up everything that that SoldieR has. He does not have a barracks out, a stable out, so he's not able to make Hussar. He has no answer to the cannons whatsoever. Leather cannons are, of course, cannons, but they have a lot less range, 21 range as opposed to the 26 of the Falconet. So he does have veteran Corellian coming in just now. 2 Falconets pop right on top of the army. Ouch! He could have done so much better with that. The Corellians are going to be able to take those out, and that was huge. Such a blunder by Conqueror. SoldieR is able to pick up those Falconets, and he may be able to push this back. The veteran Corellians, though, are going to be really, really strong here. The TC firing on them also. Leather cannons are good, but it's only 120 attack versus infantry, which is nice, especially with the ranged. But it's only 2 of them. It's not. It is enough to probably push this all back. The villager's going to come over to try to melee the leather cannons there. So really, really well played from Conqueror. He's playing his heart out right now, and he is able to defend. At what cost, though? Those 2 Falconets coming in was really, really hard. He's coming in with Jaegers right now, and he should be able to be just fine with the Jaegers. There's going to be no answer from SoldieR to the Jaegers whatsoever. I said that about the Falconets, but he made a big blunder, popping them right on top of the Corellians. So really, really rough for him there. More Corellians coming out now, and Conqueror is going to push out here. SoldieR, we'll go back to SoldieR to see if he's aging or what he's at. He is sending crates of wood right now, I believe food, crates of food. He has all the coin to age, so he has everyone off of coin. He's going to pick up that food in just a bit, and he's probably going to try aging on the back of this. He will have the 2 Falconet shipment that he could send. He's going to have to build another barracks or something in the base. Yeah, I guess he's trying to just mass units. It was a hard decision for him, I think, to mass units or to age. I think he's deciding to fight it here. I think that's probably not the best choice. Versus the Jaegers, I don't think he's going to be able to do much of anything. Versus veteran Corellians, too. It would have been not a terribly good choice to age also, but you might have been able to push it back with 2 Falconets. He is significantly behind in score, though, so it could just be GG. We'll see, but that's rough for him for sure. Yeah, it's 8,500 score to 15k score. It's really, really rough for SoldieR at this point. He is not looking to age anytime soon. He is sending SoldieR, so he's going to try fighting this with SoldieR. That is an interesting choice. Jaegers are going to counter SoldieR. Perhaps if he gets some good raids in with them, there's an option there. I don't know what to say, though. Torp's coming down now. Both barracks go down. The outpost down. SoldieR is definitely behind. Has some spies coming out. That is a good answer to the Jaegers, actually. That will be able to deal with the Jaegers. The spies, if they can get on top, and they're a little bit farther away from the Corellians, just like... it doesn't even have to be terribly far, just a little bit far, then the spies will be able to pick off the Jaegers pretty well. They're buffed quite a bit on DE, for those of you that are not aware. He's got 10 spies out, I believe. Yeah, 10 spies. Got a few SoldieR and Corellians in the back. If the Corellians of Conqueror get out of position and aren't too close to the Jaegers, then it could be really, really rough for Conqueror here. See what happens with it. Yeah, this is rough. Yeah. Corellians and Jaegers here. The spies are not getting close. I'm not entirely sure why. Perhaps he's just really wanting to play it safe and doesn't know where the Explorer of Conqueror is. If the Explorer came in right behind and the spies were all... the spies got caught out of position, they would probably be able to do all right. The spies starting to come in now. The Explorer of SoldieR comes in, and the spies get on top of the Jaegers just now, and he's taking them out. With good micro, he should be able to get the rest. And there's only 3 left, and he's going to be able to defend here. So good choice to defend and good choice of units. The spies did really, really well there. He's going to be able to defend this, but he is significantly behind in economy. So he is going to be able to defend this. He's an age down. If he's not able to make something happen really soon, it's going to be really, really rough for him. We'll take a look and see what kind of cards he has left in just a bit. But honestly, those veteran Corellians doing work. Just a lot cheaper than the Fusilier, and they were able to clean up a lot of the units from SoldieR, and SoldieR calls it really, really good stuff from Conquer there. That game goes really well. Let's see if we can take a look at the decks. Yeah, okay, we can take a look at the decks. We can also see what was sent, so I guess I'd have to be on Conqueror's side to see what was sent. But SoldieR, he only had the 8 pikemen, 600 wood, blueberries, and Treaty of Roskilde, if I pronounced that right, Roskilde. Yeah, so really, really good game. Let's see if we can look at the post game real quick. Conquer takes it 1-0. Military units killed. Conquer killed 148. SoldieR killed 77. Looking over at combat XP, that also echoes that. Looking at the timeline, let's look at the villager population, see if there was a significant raid towards the end that I didn't catch. I did see some Crowlings up there, but the middle of the fighting was important to pay attention to. And let's see, military unit population. SoldieR, really, he was inside the base of Conquer, and Conquer getting some pops of units out. The better eco of more torps, just really showing off there. We'll take a look at the res gathered. That was pretty even all in all, but the age advantage and SoldieR not being able to harm Conquer while he aged just really, really hurt him in the long run. So really, really well done by Conquer. He takes game number 1. We'll get into the next game shortly. And we'll go back to spectator mode, and let me change it to actually, what's the next map? The next map is Hokkaido, and go by rules, and I don't believe it's up just yet, so we'll get into it just a bit. Let me read the messages. All right, SoldieR is hosted 5 minutes ago, so it should be pretty soon here when this is up. Check out chat a little bit. That was really good game. Conquer taking game number 1. Let me update this real quick. One sec. All right. All right, see if they are in a game yet. It should be very shortly, and good stuff. Really soon here, just waiting for them to get the game going. I mean, it's going. It's just there's just a delay between it when it's starting, and when it's available to observe. All right. All right. Let's get it going. All right. Yeah, it was a good game. So last game, we saw that SoldieR started with a market and a torp instead of the 2 torps that Conquer started with. And Conquer was able to start aging a little bit sooner. And it looks like that was just a better choice overall. Torps gather about half the speed of the villager, base villager gather rates on every type of resource. So we did see that one of Conqueror's Torps was gathering from a hunt, a berry bush, a mine, and a tree. The other one was gathering from a mango grove. But yeah, it was good stuff by them. And just keep on refreshing here, getting into it. Yeah, that was a good game. The better eco from Conqueror, just kind of almost right off the bat, really paid off over time, I think. And then SoldieR kind of overextended with his military units in the opponent's base. That's one thing about AoE3 is oftentimes the player that overextends first into the opponent's base just straight up, often they lose the game. But if the opponent is not making units and is booming or doing an FF or something like that, you kind of have to. So it's kind of a catch-22, and you have to scout well. You have to know what's going on, and you have to do pretty well there. But yeah, it was good game play by Conqueror. SoldieR played well too. Using the spies was a really nice touch. Spies are buffed in DE and very efficient versus mercenaries, and as you guys know, Sweden is pretty decent at that. Yeah, so it's really nice stuff building the spies. We did see, I think it was a good choice of Conqueror to not go too heavy into mercenaries. He sent the Jaegers, so he could have built more Jaegers. Just 10 was enough to force SoldieR to respond, make a big response to it. He did not. SoldieR did, but it wasn't good enough apparently, and just really good gameplay by Conqueror. Yeah, we'll get into the next game very shortly. Waiting on them, as we've already said. Just making sure. I'm gonna refresh, double check this. And they should be up in just a bit. I was really expecting to be up already. SoldieR said he was hosting 10 minutes ago, so perhaps Conqueror took a little bit of a break or something between matches. That is completely okay. Getting some drink or going, to the restroom or something. Going to the bath, as AoE3 memes like to say. But yeah, we should be into it very shortly. Just waiting on them. All right, let me read some of the chat. Yeah, guys, let's not be too toxic in the chat. It is really, there's a lot of new players to DE, and both new players can be toxic, and also players that have been around for a while. I mean, to be honest, the AoE3 community has been toxic in the past, but this is a new age, dawn of a new age DE. We want, if everyone is nice to each other, then the community is going to be better. There's going to be more people playing, and it's just going to, the quality of the game is going to be a lot better. So let's focus on being nice to each other, treating each other well, and we'll get into this next game very shortly. Yeah, there's a lot of lobbies for sure. I don't know why it's not showing up. I don't know how long it took them to start. I was able to watch it earlier. Let me go back to this. I'm gonna sort by number of players. Auto match. Sorting by number of players is the quickest way to make sure we get the right amount of players. It should be any time now. This Twitch chat is much tamer than most. Yeah, we'll see. Let's just be nice to you guys, to each other. They're not, by the end of it, I mean, it's a game, and everyone should enjoy the game, and if there's flaming going on, both the person flaming and the person receiving the flaming isn't enjoying it. So, yeah. Let's see. It should be any time now. Oh, yeah, it was in spectator mode. Come on. All right, so we do have. I'll go over the ESOC schedule for you guys. We are going to have some streams going on tomorrow. Some ESOC streams, I believe. Let me go and check those out. We have, yeah. So we don't have it set in stone yet. What's going to happen tomorrow, but ESOC probably, I'm sure they'll be streaming. Additionally, Tuesday, we do have some exciting stuff in store for you. It is not, I'm not going to tell you guys what it is now, but I do know about some of it, and it's going to be really exciting stuff. Yeah. So we should have a game in just a minute. Just a moment, guys. Let me do something. I am back, and we'll see if it's available now. It's still not available. I may just have to cast a recording unless it doesn't show up. We'll see. And still not up. All right. Real quick in Twitch chat, do you guys have any questions about DE? And I can answer while we're getting into it. We all have COVID now. You look forward to unlocking the cards? Yeah, I hear you on that. Let me just make sure. Theoretically, it could have been a... Nah, it wasn't. This is not an RPG. No, it's not. Grinding is not something RTS players look forward to. One thing that's really nice about RTS is that you can just hop into a game whenever and play it, and it's not like it's not persistent, etc. Would I rather own a 2021 Subaru Forester or a Sparrow franchise in a mall food court? Well, the Forester would probably come with less headaches. And I like my work situation right now. From a logical, I guess if I sold part of the franchise or something, I could go to Sparrow. But yeah, the scroll bar is bugged. That's why I have it. That's why I have it sorted by the number of players. It's just 2 players in the match, so I'll see it as soon as it comes up. It comes out for everyone on the 15th. Correct, Tibia 3. What do I think about Ika? So I've played Ika in Sweden a lot. It's really hard to see until build orders are ironed out and we see some really good gameplay from from both sides, like higher ranked games. In teams specifically, I think there's a possibility Iga and Sweden aren't quite as OP as I thought they were. And we got the map right here. I'm going to observe this. And here we go. All right. It is SoldieR on France and Conqueror on Germany. France versus Germany. Classic matchup for the ages. Conqueror up 1-0. This is game number 2. The map is Hokkaido. And we'll see how it goes. Going to turn Fog of War off. It is 400 food, 200 wood start for France. Of course, I mean, it's fixed crates, so it's going to be the same every time. But on DE, it's fixed crates. On ESOC 8 patch, most recent one, it wasn't fixed crates. So we see 300 food, 100 wood, 100 coin for Germany. Definitely better starting crates. It's a little bit laggy at the start, and it catches up. All right, perfect. Catches up to it. And let's see, we have treasures being scouted out. 80 food being picked up by Conqueror here. That's really nice. Looks like 30 wood SoldieR might go for. He's probably gonna build a trade post or kill one. Okay, there we go. He's gonna kill that one and build a trade post, and then probably pick up the 30 wood so he can build a house right afterwards. So they're gonna only chop 70. Looking over at Germany, he is building a market. It's kind of all you can do with a coin start. Looking good for them. The map is Hokkaido. There is some whales, I believe 3 whales, so not a whole lot of water. There's several fish, but it's not the biggest deal, especially in a 1v1. I don't expect them to go for it heavily. The map has a big cliff, tiers of cliffs in the middle here. There's 2 trade routes, each with 2 trade posts on the top side. This is an older ESOC map. It hasn't been used a whole lot in recent years. So it is an older map, though. It is something that can be played on. Could already be played on. But I like the map. I hadn't seen it before DE personally. But yeah, it's a nice map. For resources, we'll just make sure double mines right beside each other. That's interesting. As far as the hunts go, I can't really tell the players that they are that the map's not fair, because it's like a 5-minute delay between being able to observe it and spectate it from the start. So it's, I don't know, it just is what it is. Hopefully they're just going to be fair. The players, if they start without a hunt, like a mine or something, and it's really obvious, they could tell each other that, and they'll respect each other. So, yeah, I didn't check all the treasures being taken up. I've been trying to focus on that. 70 food being picked up right now by Conqueror. Looking at SoldieR and Conqueror, they have SoldieR's a little bit ahead on resources. And SoldieR and Conqueror are fighting over the 70 food. Conqueror's going to pick it up. SoldieR needs to get in melee mode, and he does just now. Oh, no, he does not melee. It's fine. To be honest, as SoldieR would have just come back within range of the TC, and the Explorer of Conquerors could have snared him back, and TC could have done some good damage onto SoldieR's Explorer. So it's not the biggest of deals. It would have been like, an extra like 10 HP taken off of Conquerors, but yeah, no big deal. Good choice to not risk that by SoldieR. Yeah, look at resources left on the map. A treasure showing all treasures on the map. We have a wounded tiger. We have 60 wood. Let's go to SoldieR's Fog of War. He does see that, so he is not going for that treasure. This would be a really nice treasure to pick up. I think SoldieR knows that he has the better, the more HP on his Explorer, so he's just trying to deny Conqueror from going trade posts. And Conqueror is building it, but the Explorer is going to go down. Conqueror's Explorer should go down here. I think, is it going to go up or not? We'll zoom in here and get to see this nice construction. DE construction. I believe that will go up. Yes, that will go up, but the Explorer will go down for sure. Conquer, as he hits H2, will get that going. His Explorer will come back up. He's running away from his TP. That's a mistake, I think. If he was close enough, it would revive as soon as he gets away. Perhaps he doesn't want to give double XP over to SoldieR. So that's a logical choice in that from that standpoint. Looking over at SoldieR here, he is coming back. He's going to probably try to pick up that 60 wood. The scout coming out right now, stealthing, getting in front of the base. We see SoldieR hits age 2 first. We see Conqueror just right behind. Well, look at SoldieR. He has 4 CDB coming, and we have 3 settler wagons coming from Conqueror. So it's not a straight FF from Conqueror. As Germany, that is definitely a possibility. That's one of their strengths. France, on the other hand, semi-FF is pretty common. They can also do a lot of play in age 2. Both civs have pretty decent cap. Ulan are buffed on DE compared to EP. It's basically RE Ulan. We do see the 60 wood treasure being picked up by SoldieR. I think all in all, he got the better treasures. That 70 food treasure did go over to Conqueror, so well done by him. 2 Ulan coming forward now. We'll go. Conqueror does have Hussar in queue. And freaking Mother Nature. We do see Conqueror here, though. He does have 4 Ulan. He might be able to get a 5th out. He probably will. Looking over at SoldieR, we do have SoldieR with some Hussar out, and the Ulan haven't done anything yet. So those Hussar are going to come out. He gets a 5th one out. Nicely done. 700 coin is his next shipment. Looking over at Conqueror. Conqueror, he has 700 wood as his next shipment. So the Hussar come out and do snare the Ulan. More Ulan coming up, though. He does see them with a scout, so really, really nice scout there. We do see his explorers fighting it off. The Ulan are going to come back, and Conqueror does not keep the snare of SoldieR. SoldieR could have popped out more Ulans quickly. He does not do so. He does intend to age up here pretty quickly. Semi-FF getting 5 Hussar out, just making sure that Conqueror does not do a whole lot age 2. Conqueror, he does have another house coming up. Does not have more Ulan in queue. Not yet. He does have it in queue now. So 700 wood just now being picked up. We'll see what he does with it. His Explorer. Oh, this Explorer does see the Scout. The Scout runs back. Is not in danger. The CDB, though, the Coureur de Bois, does see the Ulan, does run back. Nice pull trick with his villagers, with his CDB to do so. The Ulan coming forward now. The Hussar just staying back. We'll see how SoldieR's doing on his age to 3. He is, let's see, can I see? Exiled Prince. So that is the fast age up to 3. He's going to hit age 3 soon. SoldieR on the other hand, Conqueror on the other hand, I believe he's going to be macroing for going age 3 here. He's going to get 300 coin, 700 coin coming in, and most all of his villagers are on food. So he's going to be aging up soon himself. Looking over at SoldieR, he is hitting age 3 now. We'll see what card he ships as soon as he hits age 3. It is 1k wood. No, he cancels the 1k wood. He sees the Ulan. He's got some goons coming out. So nice choice. Good canceling of that shipment. Gets villagers back in. He's going to need those villagers to come back in. Those Ulans could get a lot of damage done. They do not. He could have killed off 3. Depending on pathing, could have even killed off more. And the Ulan take out the Hussar. That's an okay choice. Trading off the Hussar there. The goons should be coming in just a bit. More goons coming out from the stable. The TC is idled, though. And he gets some more out. It's the goons coming out from the home city shipment. And he does push them back. We'll look over at Conqueror. Conqueror, he is aging with the Exiled Prince. He's also aging up fast. And yeah, looking good for him. The hunts and the mines. Based on what he is going, I'm guessing he's going to be going war wagons or skirmishers. He's macroing for that. Looking over at SoldieR, he is sending 1k wood right now. With that 1k wood, I'm really curious what he's going to do. He could build more TCs, or he could build a couple of trade posts. Could get a barracks out, a couple barracks and houses probably. Might even get amalgamation out. We'll see what he does. And just checking out with the goons, we do see some militiamen coming out now, just defending and going back over to conquer. He has some skirmishers and war wagons coming out. And we'll see what he does. We do have a barracks and a house. A second barracks coming out now, so double barracks for SoldieR. Conqueror, on the other hand, Conqueror does not have a second barracks up yet. He's just trying to make the most of what he has right now. He's trying to get enough war wagons out to defend against possible hussar or cuirassiers that SoldieR could be making. And SoldieR is making goons and skirmishers. So in a battle of French skirmishers and goons versus German war wagons and skirmishers, obviously there's going to be some Ulan in there. I do like the goons and skirmishers more. If it was only goons and skirmishers versus only skirmishers and war wagons, I do like skirmishers and goons more. The French skirms are also better than the German skirmishers. We'll look at the deck just a second. Look at what SoldieR has for a deck. Soldier's deck, he does have team ranged infantry attack. He doesn't have any other skirmisher upgrades, but that alone is really, really good. He has a couple other shipments. He hasn't sent 2 falconets yet. That's an okay choice. Looking at the battlefield, that's a nice mass of skirmishers he has there. And looking over at Conquer, what does he have to defend? He's got some more war wagons coming out. The war wagons do not do a whole lot versus goons and skirmishers. They do protect versus the possible cuirassier or the possible... oh, nice Minuteman. Picks off a villager. I believe that was 2 villagers picked off there. So well done from him. You just need war wagons. You need some anti-cav out there. If theoretically SoldieR were to go pure cuirassiers, they would just completely mop the floor of the Ulans and the skirmishers if there were not war wagons there. So you have to have some. He does not have much skirmishers, which is concerning to me. He does have Jaegers coming out, so that's going to be nice. Jaegers are very, very strong. Looking over at SoldieR, he has 1k coin coming out now. That coin will allow him to get a lot more units out. He is going to need to get onto food, though. He has almost no hunts left. He's got 1 hunt left way in the back over here. We do see that Conqueror has a few here. So it's looking, I think, a little bit better for SoldieR. His score says so also. The Jaegers are really nice. SoldieR will need to perhaps send the falconets to defend or to have a good answer to the Jaegers. Jaegers coming out now. And he doesn't have a saloon, but he could build Jaegers. That is one advantage that he could build. Let's take compare the Jaegers to the skirmishers. 250 HP, 200 coin, and 30 attack versus with 40% range resist. Versus the skirmisher, 30% range resist, 144 HP, 18 attack, 50 food, 65 coin. So roughly about half the cost. Food gathers a lot faster than coin, so it is about half the cost. But you could argue it's almost twice as good. It's not, but it's not double the attack, double HP. But for a unit to be twice as good, it just has to have double HP. Double HP unit versus same attack on both sides. The double HP side, like 1 versus 1, the double HP, it's going to be very, very even. Well, it's going to be twice as good. The double HP one will last twice as long. Skirmishers coming in now, and the Ulans could have connected, but they do not. That's a really nice mass of goons that SoldieR has, and that's a really nice mass of skirmishers too. The Jaegers are strong, but not strong enough for this huge mass of skirmishers, I don't think. Conqueror knows that he needs to make something happen, though. I think the Gendarme, the Cuirassier, come out, though, and get on top of the Jaegers. The goons and the skirmishers were not there to capitalize, though, and most all of them go down pretty easily. But this is a larger mass from SoldieR, and we'll look at it. He has 3 Crazers coming in from his home city shipment too. All the Ulans go down. Ulans are high attack, low HP units, and looks really, really good for SoldieR at this point. He did lose the Crazers in the middle of that fight. He did snare them, though, and he did get some nice damage done in the midst of that. Take a look at Conqueror real quick, and Conqueror still only has the 1 barracks, so the 1 stable, but he is going to try to push out here. He's got some veteran Ulan, the veteran war wagons, and he's gonna try to put some more damage. He knows he needs to make some damage happen. As Germany versus France, you just have to, because the gradual economy of France, just with the villagers training a little bit faster relative to how strong they are compared to normal villagers, is just really, really good. Early on, Germany has a good eco, but they really need to make something happen with it. The goons do take on the Ulan. The Ulan do take out some of the goons. Remember, high attack, high HP, or high attack, low HP. They're a bit of glass cannons. A lot of those goons do go down, and he needed the Ulans onto the skirmishers, though, in all honesty. Looking back, there are some Crazers raiding Conqueror in the back, so if this fight goes pretty even by the end of it, it's going to be really, really good for SoldieR, but Conqueror is winning this fight pretty handedly. Really well done from him. He does lose the Ulan, but all the goons are down, just some skirmishers left. There's still only 1 barracks for SoldieR. We'll see what SoldieR has coming in. He has 2 falconets coming in, so war wagons can do pretty good versus the falconets, so it's not the end of the world to get onto it. The Crazers are going down, but that was a lot of villagers going down on the side of Conqueror. The barracks goes down. SoldieR really needs... Oh, he's going pure Crazers now. All right, that's an interesting choice. Oh, the falconets they go too close to war wagons, and the war wagons decide to just pull back. That was probably a good choice. If they focused on the falconets, the Crazers could have targeted the war wagons. And the Crazers are high average attack, but they have area attack, so they do really well. We do see the Ulans coming in on the falconets right now. Falconets going down, and all of the Ulan back here go down. But the falconets going down basically for free was really, really rough. The skirmishers not able to defend them very well. There were no goons out, and the Crazers did not try to specifically defend the falconets. So yeah, it's actually SoldieR in a rough spot now. Conqueror did really well in the last fights. He really came out ahead. Those Jaegers really putting in work. There's only a few Jaegers left. Let's see if we can see how many. I like those burn animations. Definitely a step up. It is, I think it's 4 Jaegers left. SoldieR's in a bit of a tough spot for sure. Conqueror is not on hunts anymore. He's on berry bushes. He's also on mines. Take a look at the eco real quick. We see Conqueror on 25 villagers, but some of those are settler wagons. Looking back at SoldieR, he's at 37, so he's definitely ahead. Let's see if we can take a look and see how he only has 4 war wagons, so he's basically on 29 to 37. And the CDB are very, very strong villagers in and of themselves, 1.25 times stronger than a regular villager. So it's looking really, really good for SoldieR if he can hold on long enough. Conqueror needs to make something happen. With the raids earlier on his villagers in the middle of that big fight, it was looking really rough. But the Ulans get onto the skirmishers. It's really, really, this make it or break it for Conqueror. He needs to make it happen, and he is making it happen. SoldieR, if he loses all these skirmishers, he's going to have no army left whatsoever, despite a better eco, despite the better raids. He's not going to have anything left. He calls it. Oh my goodness. Good raids by SoldieR. So Conqueror wins it 2-0 up. So it is a best of 7. So there are theoretically possibly 5 more games, but Conqueror takes it despite the significantly better eco from SoldieR. So really, really good stuff from Conqueror. He decided to take on the goons with his Ulans instead of taking on the skirmishers. And in retrospect, that was a good choice. The Ulans, high HP, high attack, low HP. So they can do decent versus every type of unit if they get in on top of them. Goon's advantage is their range. If they are able to kite well, they can do pretty... They'll take out the Ulan pretty fast. But really good stuff from Conquer. SoldieR, good raids, but he does end up taking that. Take a look at the post-game real quick. We see that it is 100, 108, very close in that regard. Combat XP, Conquer definitely took the advantage there. We'll take a look at the villager population. Really good raid. It went from 38 to 28. So that was basically 10 villagers down, or the equivalent of 10 villagers. Res gathered. SoldieR definitely leading ahead at the end. They started a game several minutes ago, so I'm going to get back into it really quickly, see if they are in it. We have SoldieR's game here. All right, so let's get in on it, and we'll get into the next game just a moment. All right, getting into it. Kamchatka, game number 3. Conquer 2-0 up. This could be 3-0 for him. SoldieR is going. The civs. I didn't look at the civs. All right, so Haudenosaunee for SoldieR, and on the other side it is French for Conquer. So last game, so Sweden was played by both players in game number 1. And Conquer won with it. He's not able to play it again. I am not sure there's civ resets. I will ask real quick. That's important to know. Well, one sec. Yeah, so, but we know for sure at this point he can't play Sweden and Germany. He goes with France. He picks first, so he picks France, and SoldieR picks Haudenosaunee into it. So this is a pretty classic matchup. Haudenosaunee does have some opportunities to make something happen. They have a really good rush, and they have a pretty good FF. They don't have an amazing eco, but their military options are pretty strong. On the other hand, France is a pretty good blind pick. It's okay in almost any matchup. It doesn't have a strong counter. We do see SoldieR going for a trade post right away. I did not see what treasures were picked up. Looking at it, it's highly likely that SoldieR picked up a treasure of wood. That's why he has an excess of wood there. Looking over at Conquer now. He did start with a trade post, as is expected for both of these civs. He probably chopped. He might have gotten a little bit of wood. We do see a 75 food treasure that he's going for now, and yeah, he's doing really well. Nice stuff from them. And we see SoldieR is just scouting around. Let's see how much HP is left on his Explorer. He did definitely take a treasure at some point. 75 food treasure will help Conquer age up a little bit sooner. Let's go to Fog of War, see what these players sees. Oh, they're not going next to each other. I was wanting to see if they would. But we see Conquer just exploring forward. Look at Fog of War to see what they have scouted so far. That's Freitag, the pet macaque, or however you pronounce that. I like saying macaque though. Is scouting around along with the scout from France. Is just really nice. We see the longhouse, the builder Travois did scout around and then end up building a longhouse, and he was scouting with his macaque also. Looking back over at Conquer, we see he's picking up another treasure here. This is a 80 coin treasure. So SoldieR never scouted that, unfortunately. Barely did not scout it. So good stuff from him. We do see that Conquer was able to take out something over here. I believe it was probably the macaque of SoldieR. And yeah, checking on things real quick. yeah, seeing the line of sight is great. I agree with that entirely. I do like going back to Fog of War sometimes, seeing what treasures are left on the map, and just seeing what the players are going with. Looking at the age up times, we see SoldieR is a little bit behind Conquer. That's okay. I mean, he built a Travois in the middle. French has one of the better age ups, so that's somewhat to be expected. He did build a market in transition. Conqueror is getting hunting dogs and plaster mines right now. Let's see if SoldieR. I'm not sure what SoldieR got. He is getting hunting dogs right now. He does not have plaster mines in as an option. I think perhaps Tribal Marketplace starts with it. I don't know that for certain. Don't quote me on that. It does cost 25 wood to build, though. So, yeah, good stuff. Looking over at Conquer, he is hitting age 2 just now. See what card he sends first. Probably for CDB. That is what he sends. We'll see what SoldieR hits once he hits age 2. There's a lot of different options he could send. 5 villagers is definitely an option. He does send 5 villagers. And he is sending his Builder Travois forward. Let's go back to Fog of War and see what he sees, where he possibly might want to do. The macaque is under attack, and he does scout a barracks going up. That's really important information, actually. Knowing that a barracks start from France is really good to know. It is somewhat to be expected, but he could definitely go as stable, build some Hussar, and try to get some raids. So knowing that it's a barracks start is really, really nice. The Builder Travois does build a war hut for SoldieR in the middle of the map by the trade post. So good stuff, somewhat to be expected. Looking back at Conquer, he builds the barracks and he's sending 700 wood, so it won't be too long until he has a stable out too. Looking back at SoldieR, he sends 4 Kanya as his 3rd shipment. So 3rd shipment being 4 Kanya horsemen. He's going to try to raid with that. Go back to Conquer. He has Musketeers in queue, so that should be able to... He already has some Musketeers out, in fact. So that should be able to defend well enough versus the Kanya Horsemen. But the Kanya Horsemen might make the Musketeers stay in base. So we'll see what Conquer follows this up with. 700 wood comes in now. And we'll see what he does with it. Maybe a stable. Not entirely sure. We see SoldieR over here. The 4 Kanya Horsemen coming in. The Tomahawks coming forward now, builds 5. 5 more coming out now. So the army from Conquer is 10 Musketeers. And we see that SoldieR has 10 Musketeers, 4 Kanya Horsemen out. And the Tomahawks are just now seen. And Conquer does move forward a little bit. Tries to get some pot shots on those Kanya Horsemen. Stable coming up now. But yeah, just Musketeers versus 4 Kanya and pure Tomahawks currently is an okay choice. We see some Hussar in queue, some crossbowmen being shipped now. Take a look over at SoldieR. He is shipping 300 food, 300 wood, and 200 coin. So he is going to be able to... Well, we'll see what he does with that. Probably he could get some houses out. He does not have any villagers on wood, so a strong chance of that. We do see his backing up. Conquer did a really good job of defending. And back to SoldieR. Just 2 Kanya Horsemen left. The Tomahawks are running back now. Those Tomahawks have 4 speed, while the Conqueror's muskets also have 4 speed. Same as the crossbowmen. He's moving forward now. Those Tomahawks and the Kanya Horsemen perhaps a little bit out of position. But we see that SoldieR sees the crossbowmen and the muskets coming forward now. And we'll see what he does to respond to this. The resources were sent back home, thankfully not to the war hut, so he's going to be able to collect them just fine. There's a really nice mass out from Conquer, and I think he's going to be able to take this FB and the war hut. We'll see what SoldieR does. Theoretically, whoa, SoldieR has a heck of a lot of food. What is he doing with all that food? I guess he was planning to build longhouses with the wood, and he just wasn't able to build units. So rough build order, I suppose. He's aging up now. All right, so that's what he does. Perhaps he even sold a little bit of coin to do so. Looking back at Conquer, he is aging up now. He has a pretty good mass. Several musketeers, a few hussar, a few crossbowmen. Looking over at SoldieR here. He only has 10 tomahawks, I believe. 2 Kanya horsemen. He does not have a war hut up in base. He's building it now. He's going to need a couple more villagers on that. Looking back at Conquer, he is not moving forward. Ooh, this is a rough choice for him. He could have pushed into the base of SoldieR and done a lot of damage, but he does not know how big the army of SoldieR is, and SoldieR is going to H5 now, or sorry, H3 now, so he should be able to hit there safely and have a good advantage. Conquer is aging up himself now, so that is good stuff for him. SoldieR hits H3, and we'll see what he does with it. He has some tomahawks out. He is going second war hut. It's going to be forest prowlers from him. And let's see. They're getting into it. That's a nice sharp eagle eye attack by the explorer. The Kanya horsemen come out now, and the musket riders. Sorry, musket riders come out now, and they did not snare. They did get a shot off. Did kill some of the hussar. Let's see what. Let's go back to Fog of War real quick. The army from Conquer is back in base. We see some crossbowmen out. I'd really like to see 2 falconets here and push hard with that, because musketeers, he has enough musketeers to defend anything that SoldieR would send at him to try to kill those falconets off. But the falconets are going to do really well versus anything that SoldieR is able to make. Musket riders and Kanya horsemen, it doesn't do amazing versus, but forest prowlers, which you expect Haudenosaunee to have, they do really well versus that. What's one of the weaknesses of Haudenosaunee in Age 3? They don't have a really good answer to the cavalry. The Kanya to the falconets. The Kanya horsemen do have a multiplier versus cannons, but it's 1.75 times. And they have to obviously be in melee range to make that work. So the Kanya horsemen, if they can't get into melee on top of the falconets, just have a really hard time. So yeah, this is rough. And this is gonna be a rough fight for SoldieR. And he's not firing with falconets. He does fire now. He only kills 1. Gets about half HP, or 3/4 HP off of another one, a little bit off of the third. But those falconets, they need to put some damage in, and the musketeers just need to defend. We see SoldieR retreating now. He is sending 8 forest prowlers himself. He's going to need to... He doesn't have a corral. No corral means you have no answer to the falconets. He could theoretically take it on with the forest prowlers, but it would. There's no way it would come out as an even trade if it was just that. So we'll see what he does. We'll take a look at Conquer real quick. He's sending 8 skirmishers himself, and he has a pretty good mass. It's looking pretty good for Conquer at the moment. Those falconets, especially on this map with so many trees, so much terrain, so many terrain features, is just a really good, really good. We do have stealthy forest prowlers, so that's what SoldieR is going to try to do here. Stealthy forest prowlers, but these forest prowlers aren't going to be able to take on this whole army by himself. That's such a big army, so he's going to need to do something to make this work. The villagers are all retreating. And there's villagers on this tribal marketplace over here. Those are going to go down along with that tribal marketplace itself. The Kanya horsemen and musketeers come in. Tomahawks come in. And here comes the fight. The forest prowlers are getting up into melee range. Almost melee range. They're going to take on that second one. And then melee some of the second falconet out. But you don't want skirmishers in melee range. I think Conquer might be able to take this. It's looking pretty decent for him. There's a lot of forest prowlers left, though. He may be able to hold on here, and that's a decent amount of forest prowlers left. I think he's going to actually take this fight. We do have some cuirassiers coming in from the back. Really nice stuff. Conquer is going to end up taking this fight, I think, with those cuirassiers coming in, and really good stuff from him. And you see how much work those cuirassiers, just 2 cuirassiers due to that whole skirm mass. So really good stuff. He would have definitely lost that fight, I think, if those cuirassiers did not come in. So really, really good fight by Conquer. And Soldier is definitely on the back foot here. He's about 3,000 score behind. And the Force Prowlers are really good. The good news for him is there's no 2 Falconet shipment left for Conquer. So, he does not have an artillery foundry. He doesn't know that, of course. But he does have a chance to push the rest of this back. And we'll see what he's able to do. The Conquer Horseman going in now. I'm not sure he should fight this. He calls it. Soldier calls it. Conquer is up 3-0. All right, so 3-0. Both of the semifinals matches. Soldiers win 3-0. Conquer wins 3-0. And 3-0 in the best of 7 in the finals. Let's see if all of these series are just a clean sweep. And I'm going to show the game real quick. Show the post-game stats real quick. It is 45 to 61. Conquer doing really well there. Combat XP 692 to 1103. And the timeline, we see the villager population. Just really, really good stuff from Conquer. He does kill some of the villagers of Soldier near the end. That wasn't a super deciding factor, but if the game had gone on, it would have been definitely a deciding factor. Military population. We see Soldier pushed in early, and Conquer was able to defend pretty well. So good stuff from him. And we see Soldier does hit H3, does have a nice massive units, but Conquer also hits H3. He upgrades those units, and he just really does a lot better. Those 2 Falconets, just such a good shipment, makes it really hard for Haudenosaunee to really deal with it. 2 Falconets are just so strong in H3 versus Haudenosaunee. We'll get into the next game. They started it a decent amount of time ago, so we'll see what's available. Soldier's game, actually just about 13 seconds ago, so really good timing there. Let me grab a drink of water and I'll be right into it. All right, I am back. It is French versus British. All right, French versus British. It is Soldier on French and Conquer on British. So we'll turn the fog of war off. We see British starts with 300 food, 300 wood. Really, really good for Brits having that. French also 200 wood, 400 food start, I think it is, 300 at least. Let's see, do quick math here real quick. He's already built 1. Yeah, I think it's a 400 food start, if I remember correctly. Quick math. Wrong or right? You guys all have to tell me in chat. My mind's blinking. I forget what the fixed crate is. I think it's 400 food, but I could be wrong. And we see the map. The map is indeed... the map is Siberia, so it's not a map that you see on ESOC a whole lot. So in professional tournaments, we have not seen this map in quite a while. On RE, it's a fairly popular map, though. It's a map that tends to be pretty fair. You do start off with a starting outpost, so it's a little bit harder to defend. We see Soldier started with his outpost a little bit forward, and Conquer's is a little bit behind. We'll see if that plays a role. For Brits, though, it'd probably be nicer to have it forward. With it behind, it's not the end of the world if it's behind. You can kind of make your eco around that back here. So it's not the end of the world, but generally speaking, you would want it in front or even closer. This is pretty close here, and it's about the same distance for Conquer. We see both players pick up a trade post. So we see Conquer builds a manor house and a trade post, chopping an extra 35 wood to do that. That's going to allow him to age up a bit faster. We'll take a look at the decks real quick. It is Virginia Company does have that. I'm going to quickly go to the other deck of Soldier, and I want to watch this fight real quick. Both players... Oh, okay, so Conquer just retreats. He was going to start up this 80 coin treasure, I believe, but he just tries to retreat because he's already low HP. Good stuff from Soldier in taking some HP off of Conquer there. And let's look around the map. There's some berry bushes and base. There's 1 coin mine for Soldier, 1 coin mine for Conqueror, and let's look at the hunts real quick. Hunts tend to spawn decently fair, I think, on this map, at least compared to other regular maps. So it's the maps are pretty fair, or the map's pretty fair. Brits versus French though. So generally, Brits likes to start Musk, pretty much that's just the default what they like to start. There are other options, longbows, Hussar, different things, but you do expect Musk start. You could also make some Hussar if you like. France, France Musk and Hussar is kind of what to be expected. Crossbow are decent. Crossbow versus heavy infantry, that is muskets, are definitely better than longbow. Longbow have the worst multiplier of any ranged infantry skirmisher type unit. We do have a little bit of a contest here though. We see Soldier ends up taking it though. 45 coin goes over to him. Good stuff from him. We see that he is aging up. He's building some manor houses in transition. Looking over at Conqueror, he is definitely ahead. Soldier is aging up now, and Conqueror is building manor houses in transition. He's definitely ahead on the age up too. So yeah, those manor houses economically, British should be definitely ahead early on, and unless there's some heavy raids or something, they should probably keep that most of the game. Looking over at French, there are France is generally probably considered a better civ in 1v1. But British really has a really high ceiling on how well they can be played. It's with all the manors and just different options, deciding when to build more manors or to put pressure or to defend, etc. There's just a lot. It's one of the more difficult civs to play in all reality. It is somewhat forgiving compared to other civs. That's why some newer players like to play it. But due to how much APM is needed, how complicated it can be, and just the level of skill that is required, it's not a civ I suggest for newer players. France, on the other hand, is a great civ for newer players. It's really good at it just has the base stuff, very standard civilization, and it's a good civ. Looking at shipments coming in, we see 4 CDB coming in. We see Conquer already shipped 700 wood. Let's see how much these cost. 88 wood. So it is. He did send Virginia Company. So he sent probably 3 bills. Let's go to his deck. Yeah, he sent 3 bills. Virginia Company, 700 wood. Let's see what his next shipment is. And we'll see in just a bit. Go back to Soldier. 700 coin is his next shipment. So it could be a FF or semi-FF. He does have some musketeers coming forward. He's getting most of his villagers off of coin. He may get a second batch of muskets out and then go age 3 afterwards. We'll see what he does. 10 muskets is a pretty decent amount for a semi-FF. Conqueror, on the other hand, he's getting Gangsaw right now. He is going pretty greedy. Several manors already out. Already sent Virginia Company, of course. He has manors all around his base to really just have any line. Let's go to Fog of War. So you can see how much he can actually see. You can see so much of the map. Pretty much his whole side of the map with these manors. So really good stuff from him. Gangsaw coming in near the end of all the manors coming up, though, is a question. He does have longbowmen coming out. Longbowmen have long range, but only have 1.25 times multiplier versus the muskets. So yeah, it's let's confirm that. Make sure they didn't change it. Yeah, it is 1.25 versus muskets. So that is gonna be rough. I mean, if you use the range advantage, you can do all right, but they have an attack animation, and every time they move, that attack animation resets. So it's not the best unit at all versus heavy infantry. Definitely regarded one of the worst skirmisher type units versus heavy infantry, unless they're in mass, and then it's okay. But yeah, age 3 on, they get 26 range, which is really, really nice. Yeah, let's just confirm that real quick. In fact, oops, not Mother Nature. Where are his longbowmen? Yeah, 26 range is really, really nice. We do see that unit just went down of Conquerors. Probably Macaque or something. Looking at everything else. I said longbow were the worst versus heavy infantry. They are good in almost every other situation. Just the really low multiplier just makes them really, really rough. Looking back at everything else, yeah, Musketeers just trying to get raids in. Not doing a whole lot. We'll go back to Conquer. He is definitely sitting on the back foot. He is aging to 3 right now. And we have SoldieR already in age 3. He's shipping 1k coin at the moment. And he just has Musketeers out. This is actually looking like it may be a fast industrial. He is... Yeah, I think it's a fast industrial. Fast industrial from him. He has all of his villagers off of coin. It's going to be coming in just a minute. All of his villagers onto food. He's going to be gathering that coin and then going age 4. Let's take a look at his deck real quick and see what he has in age 4. He has Cuirassiers, Heavy Cannon, Factory Wagons, some Skirmishers. So, some good stuff in age 4 for sure. Getting back to the map, he is going to take this 295 food, going back to Conquer. He is going to age 3 right now. One of the things that British does not have is an age 3, quick age to 3. It's not an option. Them and Spanish are the only European civs that do not have that. So he does pick up 175 coin. Nice for him. He's got a shipment in the bank. Shipment saved up. It's going on an artillery foundry. So cannons and muskets is what it's going to look like. And looking over at SoldieR, he's got a few muskets out. If he ships heavy cannons, it's going to do really well versus everything that Conquer is expecting to go at the moment. And it's looking... let's see. At the moment, score-wise, Conquer is significantly ahead. But economy is just really, really good. He does have some options available. He is making some falconets, and he is shipping falconets. So he's going to probably push with this. But... SoldieR is halfway to age 3 already, and with hitting age 3, he has the shipment saved up. He will be able to send 2 heavy cannon, and the heavy cannon are going to mop the floor of everything that Conquer has. If he has enough falconets out, theoretically, he could do okay into it, but he only is making 1 at the moment. He is going to try to get a second one in, and he will get a second, so it should be 4 falconets and a large mass of musketeers versus... SoldieR's, he's a smallish mass of musketeers, and we'll see what he does as his first shipment in age 4. We do see the Explorer is going to go down of Conquer, so he's not going to be able to scout more. He ages up with 2 falconets, so that's really, really nice from him. He's shipping Skirmishers first. Alright, so 2 falconets and base. We do see, he does see the scout is crucial. He sees the 4 falconets now. He might cancel the skirmisher shipment, might ship heavy cannons. Let's see what he does. The 4 falconets is going to be able to push back SoldieR's army. 2 falconets cannot stand up to 4 falconets. It shouldn't, at least. He does not cancel it. He might just ship this, and he gets a shot off. Is going to retreat. He might ship the 2 heavy cannons right after this. That's a fine thing to do. If he sits back, his 4 falconets are not going to be able to do a whole lot. Yeah, he's shipping the 2 heavy cannons now. Is the skirmishers, and as long as he doesn't engage before the 2 heavy cannons come out, he should be just fine. Take a look over at Conquer, see what he's doing in base. He's not looking to age up anytime soon. He has culverins coming out now, so he should be totally fine in this situation. Culverins are going to do really, really, really well versus the heavy cannon that SoldieR is going to be coming out with. The culverins have 34 range. The heavy cannon have 28. The falconets have 26. The heavy cannon have a lot of HP, so it is the heavy cannon have a lot of HP, so it's really hard to engage them with anything ranged outside of culverins. But he does have culverins, so the 34 range is going to do a lot, and we'll see what he does with them here. SoldieR does see that with his scout, though. That scout's the MVP of all of his units so far, for sure. he is trying to engage in some good volleys from those falconets. And we see the heavy cannons coming forward. The culverins gets a shot off onto the falconets. Really good micro from Conqueror. He pulls them back a little bit, and he gets another shot off. He does not take out a heavy cannon with a single shot. They're just really, really high HP. And he gets 2 shots. He takes out a heavy cannon with one. Falconets take on another. Really, really good stuff from Conquer. And that last heavy cannon, sorry, is going to go down and really, really soon. The Falconets might even take it down. No, the culverins do. So really, really good stuff from him. We do see some Cuirassiers coming out. So SoldieR does have Cuirassiers coming out from a shipment. It is 6 of them. He does not have any stable up, so he's not going to get any upgrades on them. He does not have an arsenal either. Score wise, it's looking really, really good for Conquer. And we do see he is training more musketeers. He has some skirmishers in the bank in the back. Those Cuirassiers may be able to do a whole lot on these heavy cannons if they're not defended well, though. He is sending them right now, is he? He should have his army close. Oh, that would have been so good to have him really close, have the whole army close, and have the Cuirassiers pop on top of those. He does not, the culverins are not a threat to his infantry, but the cannons definitely are. Let's look at Conquer and see what he has coming forward. He does have some Hussar back in base that he's not using. That could definitely be useful. But 3 falconets and 2 culverins, just really, really nice from him. So good stuff so far. We'll see what he does with it. And we'll get into it. Yeah. Looking good so far for Conquer. We see SoldieR is going to try to engage pretty soon, I think. He does not have any factories out, so he can't get any more heavy cannons. Pretty rough. That TC is fairly close to coming down. We do see all the musketeers coming in the skirmisher mode, stagger mode, so the cannons don't do as much. The Cuirassiers try to get in on the backside, but the musketeers of Conquer does really, really well defending. 1 falconet goes down, and we'll see how many the cannons these Cuirassiers can get. The falconet's coming from behind, though, and that's gonna be it, I think, for SoldieR. He does not have an answer to this. It was nice to see a fast industrial, but Conqueror's Manor Boom, Brent's Manor Boom is just so strong. You really have to make sure that they can't get that off. And SoldieR calls it 4-0 for Conquer. Well played, Conquer. We'll take a look at the post game real quick. We see military units killed 62 to 78. Really good stuff from Conquer. Combat XP 1244 to 818. We see the villager population, and that, yeah, you see how strong that Manor Boom is. 44 to 21, double the villagers at that point of the game. And we see that SoldieR did not even try to punish that. He goes H4 before really doing anything. So really that Manor Boom, Conquer doing a really good job of both Manor Booming and placing them around the map. Just did a really, really good job of making sure that he knew what was coming in, and he got that Manor Boom off, was not punished for it, and that really was the deciding factor of that game. So really well played from him. See, one other stat that could be useful in a game like this is idle villagers. If SoldieR was able to idle Conqueror's villagers a lot, then that would be really good. But we see that there was some idle villagers later on in the game, but that at that point, SoldieR was not on that side of the map, so it was really Conquer just not paying attention to it. There were not a whole lot of idle villagers from Conquer, so really, really good stuff from Conquer. He takes that 4-0, really good series. SoldieR does come into second place. Well done from him. And that is the end of this little invitational tournament. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Little bit of a shout out to ESOC. They are hosting a tournament in January. That's what that donation bar is for. $1,106 already going towards that. Myself, I am gonna do a little bit of shout out. It's for my own tournament. I have a tournament going on mid-November to mid-December is when it's gonna be. It's a 3v3 tournament, so if you enjoy 3v3 more than 1v1, you can do that. It's gonna be pretty exciting. I also, as you can obviously see, I am a ESOC official caster, and I cast for ESOC, so I'll also be in the I'll be casting the Pro tournament in January. So good stuff. Hope you guys have really enjoyed DE. That was all that was scheduled for